I love to crochet. It is one of my favorite things ever. I started about 2 years ago. I thrive on my creativity and I was wanting something new, something that I could use and make with my hands. I was obsessed with all of the crochet garments that were coming out and that were trending at the moment. And I was like, oh, I'd love to make myself a sweater. I'd love to make a hat. I'd love to make all of these things. So here we are. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about everything that I've made so far, and you can kind of see everything around. I think I'm going to go chronologically as to like what I first started, and then we're gonna just go from there. And yeah, girl truly can't stop crocheting. So I did not know this until I saw it on TikTok, but it seems like a lot of crochet beginners do the same mistake, which is they decide that their first ever project crocheting is going to be a single crochet blanket. And if you're not a crocheter or you're just getting into it, don't do it. or decide to make that mistake for yourself. But basically what that means is your range of motion is like, it's really tiring on your wrist. I decided to alternate colors as well, which is the issue of then you have to weave in the ends, which is my villain origin story. I hate weaving in ends. It's gotten better. I try to do it along as I'm going because that's just honestly the best way. I actually ended up giving up on that project. I was like, I can't do it anymore. So that was like my first official project. Then we move on to, I guess, my first like oopsie. This is a granny square cardigan that I'm so obsessed with and so sad about, solely because I was using a free pattern. This was like my first pattern. Usually, and you'll find with a lot of these, I like to be like, throw out the rules and we're just gonna do whatever and just see what happens, which I would not really recommend. That's just me, personality wise. The issue with this one is that I did not know, this sounds so dumb. I didn't know that there were different hook sizes. So I was using a 5 and I was on the pattern, I was going by the medium because I was like, oh yeah, I want it to be like oversized. Does this look oversized to you? And maybe if I tried to block it out, that might help. But yeah, the arms, it's just way too tight for me on the arms, which is really sad. So I'm gonna have another go at this and it's gonna be great. After that, I wanted to make another sweater. You can see that I've made a lot of sweaters. Fun fact about me, my birthday is on Valentine's Day and I'm an Aquarius. So I decided to make this cutie little kind of cropped, huge sweater. I used a triple crochet, I think. Did I use a triple or a double? Oh God. I think I used a triple. Yeah, I used a triple. Not me having to check. It's been a long time, everyone. I'm sorry. I made this like literally a year ago. I decided to cheat the system and I honestly should have weaved in the ends while I was going, but I didn't. So you can see like some of these have them sticking out because I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna tie them together. I'm gonna tie the ends together because I was alternating 3 colors. Don't really recommend that. I'm not gonna lie to you, don't recommend that. Or at least like make your ends long so you can like really weave them in, but I still have like a really good relationship and I'm so proud of this one because it was my first ever sweater and it's cutie and it's fun and I love the colors. Next 3 I'm gonna lump together because they are all using patterns by Realm Designs. I'll put her handle here. She's amazing. I love her. I'm like absolutely obsessed with her stuff. So I started with her, I can't remember the specific pattern, but again, I will put it up here. This is my first cotton yarn project. It is a cutie little kind of half cardigan, I guess, with some amazing ruffled sleeves that I truly love. I'm such a pink and green girly. It's really lightweight and breathable, which we love. So this was the first one that I used pattern-wise, and I can't remember, I don't think I pattern tested this one, but I ended up pattern testing this bad boy. So the next one that I used with Realm Designs, this is a cutie little bag. I have another bag that I actually made with like some semblance of a pattern, and I'll put a picture. I can't find it. I don't know where it went. I feel like I might have given it to a friend. Unsure. That's my favorite thing too, and you'll see at the end, like I love making things for my friends, and I'm sure I'm forgetting some projects that I've already made that I've like made for people that I'll put in at the end that you can see, because it's just fun. So this is my first bag that I made. It has this amazing like ruffle design. This aspect was really difficult for me because it had a lot of counting, and it was, I so vividly remember it was during the Olympics and I was having a really hard time focusing. So I gotta use this more. It's so cute. So cute and fun. Me and my little bag, me and my little purse, my little... So this is the second one, and the third one is absolutely my favorite. I made another sweater. This is the most recent sweater. It is this adorable kind of, I want to say like 70s style flower with these like really fun like puffy sleeves and this pink collar and edging that I love. I love this sweater. It's my favorite. I'm so proud of it. And it's just so cute. I need to make another. I have the pattern because I bought the pattern. I'll put it in the caption. I'll put it in the caption for you guys because she's amazing and she does such a great job. Then I went through a phase where I wanted to start my own Etsy shop and started making a bunch of these scrunchies. Don't know if that's still happening. Should I do that? Let me know. It's kind of a lot of, I already have a website that I could do and then I would just have to figure out stuff. But these are the scrunchies. They're so freaking cute. I'm gonna put a picture of me wearing it. This one, she looks a little wonky, but this one's my favorite because again, the green and the pink. But how adorable. So yeah, basically it just goes around your ponytail. And they're so fun. Because I love a big scrunchie. They're adorable. So I have these. Now we have the Beanie Era. I decided I wanted to make myself a beanie because I had that specific yarn that I just showed you. I had a bunch of it, right? Because again, I was gonna make a bunch of scrunchies and it didn't happen. And that's fine. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a beanie because I want a beanie. So I looked on TikTok, found I almost said recipe. Went on TikTok, found a follow along kind of situation. And then I abandoned that. And then I went online and I Googled and I found a pattern that I was like, oh, this is great, right? Or so I thought, because this is gonna be so embarrassing. It's just a little big. Yes, so that was my first go to beanie. And you know what? If you don't succeed, we try again. And this is the second beanie that I accomplished. Wow, so amazing, so much better. And so then, because this was recent, this was like November, December, then I got the hang of it. And I was like, you know what? Because the best thing, honestly, the best thing about crochet, other than making things for yourself, is giving them to other people and making little presents and having just a fun time. So I was like, it's Christmas time. You get a beanie, you get a beanie, you get a beanie. I was Oprah. It's like everybody's getting beanies. Made a beanie for my work, White Elephant. Made a beanie for my Booksta fun Christmas party. Made a beanie for my dad, made a beanie for my mom, made a beanie for my brother, made a beanie for my coworker Alexa. Just so many. All of the beanies. And it was fun. I did a couple of these using this yarn because it's nice and thick and warm. I did two, one for my brother and one for my dad, where I was doing dueling yarn. So at the same time I did, both of them I did like a blue and cream or like two different blues and did it. And again, I'll put pictures. Watch, can you imagine if I forget? Or like I just don't have a picture, then I'm gonna be like, womp womp. This was like my recent like hyperfixation. And then I was like, I have to stop. It's too much. It's too much. But I will definitely, I love this beanie. I wear it so much. I'm very tempted to make another one. A bunch of scrap yarn. But then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do something else because I'm about to go to New York. Let me make a scarf. And that takes us into scarves. Now, this is my first attempt at a scarf. I have not waved the edges in, so be kind to her. It's so cute. I actually saw a picture on Pinterest that spurred this for me. I really love the color combination, and I was like, I have the two colors for yarn, because at this point, you know, you start crocheting and then you just have so much yarn. I have so much yarn. It's bad that I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I don't want to buy more yarn. I need to use what I have. So this is, it's so cute. I really need to weave in the edges so I can actually wear it, because I just love the colors. And it's good here when it gets, when we start getting into the springtime, where it's not like I need a heavy duty one. We have the first attempt, and then we have the second. So as I told you, I have a lot of yarn. And so I had all of these colors at one point. I was using either for those little scrunchies or beanies for my friends and family. So I was like, you know what, why don't I just make, I'm going to New York this month, why don't I just make a chunky, lovely, you know, scarf that I can wear? And this one is great. I will say I'm kind of annoyed that this is like super long, but I digress. It's literally fine. This will be like, I'll do it like this. And then I love this color combination. Oh my god, it's like I'm almost born on Valentine's Day. I already told you. It's fine. This is great. I'm so excited. I'm gonna like fully bundle up with this. I've already used it a little bit. And it's so cute and chunky and fun. These projects are not necessarily incredibly hard, but they're more on the intricate side. And you kind of have to like have a sense and knowing of what you're doing. Crochet, I find once you get a handle on the main stitches and just have an understanding of how they work and how you can like manipulate them, you can truly do a good amount of projects. Once you really know like a magic ring and you know how to make a granny square, you know, it's really daunting at first, but once you get the hang of it, it becomes a lot easier. So as I showed you earlier, I love a granny square. It's one of my favorite things. It does get monotonous because you are, especially if you're changing colors, you're having to weave in the like a lot of edges, stuff like that. But it also just looks really great and I love it. So I made a bunch of granny squares at the beginning of this year, and I'll show you that project in a second, but I had one left over, so I made a cutie little camera holder for the camera that is filming this video right now. Basically just took a granny square, I made it extra big, and basically I ended up just like folding the edges together, as you can see, and then ended up doing double crochet all around, and then I made just a chain so I can put it in here and then just kind of wrap it around, or I can tie it, all that kind of stuff. So from this granny square, again, loving this color combination. And I didn't buy any new yarn, which was great. I had been seeing this everywhere and I was like, oh my god, I want one. This is the absolutely adorable cutie granny square bonnet that everyone's been loving. I made this originally to wear to New York, and what I found out actually is that I made it too big. I did 5 rounds of the granny square instead of 4. But I found a pattern on TikTok of a girl that did it on the plane. If I can find her handle, I will tag it. I will put it. But basically it looks like this. It's so cutie. All it took was 7 granny squares. Basically I slip stitched them all together, and then from there I did a single crochet outlining. Then I did a double crochet, and then for the ribbing, it's the, oh god, what's the acronym? RTC, FTC. So basically, I can't explain it. It's hard. I think it's RTC, FTC. Again, if I have it wrong, I will correct myself when I'm editing this later. There's a really fun thing called Tapestry Crochet that a lot of people do. Basically, how I stumbled upon it, I think I saw a TikTok video and I was like, oh my god, I would love to do that. Went on Pinterest. There are a ton of grids. So grids of like, maybe like album covers, book covers, there's cartoon characters, logos, different things like that that are in block form. Basically what you end up doing is that each little block is a stitch. And if you're using multiple colors, you're interchanging those, and then you're floating the yarn in the back. As I told you, I like to make things hard for myself, and I like to be like, you know what, let's choose the most complicated thing I've ever heard of, because it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna have it done. And then I die. This one I am like so incredibly proud of, and I've learned that I love doing this type of crochet. It's really time consuming. It's a lot, but it's really fun, and I love the end product. So this one thing I had seen, and I was like, what if I did this cover of like one of my favorite books? Let me do it. So I tried. I had to restart. I'm not even kidding, about like 10 times. It was a lot. It was a lot. And I ended up giving up on it for like a hot second. I put it to the side. I was like, I need to do something else. And then I finally got back to it, and I was in the groove, and I ended up doing it. It is the Beach Read cover by Emily Henry. I still can't believe I made this. I still can't believe I made this. It is crazy. Obviously, it is not perfect. But what I'm gonna end up doing with this, you can do whatever. I'm gonna make this into a sweater. So basically what I'll probably end up doing is adding more on the sides, of course, because it's pretty thin, and that'll be like the front panel. So, but when I talked about floating, this is what the back looks. I'm really exposing myself in this YouTube video. It's kind of horrendous. That's the fun thing about crochet. A lot of times it's a choose your own adventure situation. And then the most recent one, which I can show you because I'm giving it to my friend Sarah Grace tonight. She's a huge Hello Kitty gal like myself. It's so cute. It turned out so great. For both of these, what I'm gonna end up doing, I'm gonna get fabric in the back. So just so they don't have to worry about like snagging on any of these and it like coming apart. So what I'm gonna do is this afternoon, I'm gonna take a piece of fabric and I'm just gonna sew along the edge so it has that covering on the back. I'm about to truly have some great crochet in 2025. I can't wait. I can't wait. I don't know what I'm gonna make yet, but I know it's gonna be amazing. And follow along with me, subscribe if you're interested in any crochet, book, fashion content, and like a little bit of lifestyle thrown in there. And I absolutely love and adore you all. You're the best. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and come back for more books and looks.